Hiya ladies and gents, and here we go again, back by popular demand. And wow, I've missed doing these. I've been asked loads and loads of times over recent months if I could kind of go round and do a reshoot of what were very popular videos almost 4 years ago, when I drove around each of the Arboleas communities to give you lovely ladies and gents a kind of feel of what's available in each one of these, how their proximity to the town, etc, etc. So I'm finally grasping the opportunity, and over the next couple of weeks I'll be posting a sequence of fairly short videos covering the communities that make up Arboleas. So I'm going to start, which I think is probably best, with the La Perla communities, because they're one of our most popular selling locations and closest as well, I believe, to Arboleas town. So number of ways you can get into La Perla, so I'm going to drive around and show you each of those and point out various bits and bobs along the way. Now I'm just passing a wonderful pedestrian walkway, which is also for cyclists, just not for motor transport, called the Val de Verde, which runs from Arboleas town through the heart of La Perla, all on the level, and provides a fantastic kind of walking track and dog walking track and running area. It connects all the way to Almanzora, Cantoria, and onto Pachena, and you know, a very long distance. And along that you've got lots of different bars and, you know, eating stops. Those of you that are familiar with the area will know exactly where I am. I'm coming up now. I've just passed the Hostel Messon, the Coviran supermarket, and its fabulous delicatessen. On my left now I'm passing a fantastic bar, patio bar, called Tico Andaluz, very authentic Spanish style bar. And then another one on the left here called La Fiesta, renowned for its great full breakfasts and also entertainment on most weekends. Now there's some balls and pétanque courses which are on the right hand side that I've passed, and I believe twice a week these are used by various clubs to have tournaments and enjoy. So I'm leaving Arboleas main town behind me, coming up now towards the main A334. Well, now it's been replaced by a dual carriageway, as many of you know. Up to this roundabout. Oh, one of my competitors gone past, yuck. So there you can see a lovely signpost off of this straight into La Perla. Now La Perla is a little bit confusing for many, as it's kind of made up by around 5 different hamlets, all spread out over, and in its entirety it's kind of generalized as La Perla. Just passing the fantastic Indian Garden restaurant there, and if you haven't visited, I strongly advise checking that place out, because the food is absolutely fantastic. Of course, if you like Indian food, the Arboleas industrial estate, or Poligono as it's known, is over there on my right hand side, and that's where you've got things like the bowling alley and Harley's bar, American kind of style diner come grill, got a great garden furniture shop. So this first location is El Prado, which I suppose is situated at the furthest end of La Perla. And you can see the Almanzora Valley there in front of me with the rolling hills behind. Now, fairly easy just drive down to here. Fairly small residential community, El Prado, but exceptionally popular with the Spanish owners as well as the expat buyers. It's got its own little primary school. It has its own little fiesta away from Arboleas' main fiesta. I love these kind of Mario karting track bollards, is what they kind of remind me of. So one road to my left there that goes through the very centre of La Perla, and another one just down below it. But let's go and take a quick whiz around El Prado first of all. Sorry, I'm going back to the tried and tested here, so I'm driving the car, which I should be doing, and filming just to show you what's around, but no, I can't hold a gimbal at the same time, so sorry if this is a little bit shaky. So El Prado kind of continues over there into the distance, and then residential streets off here to my left, where you've got fantastic, this is where Villa Saffron is located, a particular Arboleas Villa bargain at the moment. So walking distance here into Arboleas Centre and our office from this end of La Perla, around 25 minutes I say, but more or less all on the level. If I carry on here, it takes me over to La Cinta and El Rincon via the Rambla. As you can see, some lovely kind of well-established villas and stuff situated here, and tiny little street, so not a lot of traffic, as you can imagine. A bit difficult to navigate filming, but let's go. Just pause the camera there to get out of that little dog leg, and let's go now into what you'd probably consider the main body of La Perla. You can see as I'm driving through here, there's lots of traditional and occupied Spanish houses on my right and my left. And you can't see it from here, but the Valdeverde walking route is literally just to my left there and goes right through the heart of La Perla. And it was made up along what was the old railway line. I think you can see a little bit of it there, and you can see perfectly level, clear as a bell, so very easy to walk and very popular. I can't remember if all these speed bumps were here when we last filmed, but they've certainly arrived now, not a bad thing. I'm just going to pick a typical street on this side really to drive down, so you can get an idea of how they're presented. Let's pick this one. So you can see that's the Rambla that runs right in front of our office, down in front of me, and there are some lucky villa owners positioned facing directly onto that, so their views are absolutely fantastic. The sun in this part, it rises to the left of the community and forms a perfect arc over the top. You can see it's very, very pretty, very well maintained. I think it's fair to say, you guys that have been avidly watching the kind of YouTube channel and the website, and also other local agents' websites and things, there is not a huge abundance of properties on sale anywhere in Arboleas at the moment, and even more so in the areas that are very easy walking distance to Arboleas Centre, La Perla. You know, most of the properties that are coming on here are selling in very, very quick time, and often before they even make it onto the website. So it's always worth talking to the agents that you're coming out to see in 2 or 3 weeks time. If you don't see something on the website, please talk to them, especially ourselves, because we always have stuff work in progress in the cameras that we haven't built onto the website, and then people come out to view it, and offers are being accepted before it even makes it onto the web. So that's kind of the bottom road of La Perla. And then a little roundabout there, I can go back on myself and up through the centre. Now I'm heading back to Arboleas town, but I'm not. I'm going to divert off again a little bit and see what was the old station building just there to my left. Now it's a tiny little dog leg, but if I take that road there just in front of me, then that I'm running down through orange and lemon groves back to Arboleas town, under the little bridge. So as you can see, it covers a very wide area, but it's also a very big community. So and this is the top road of La Perla. Again, you know, just picking one of the streets, a typical one, just to give you a little idea of what's presented. Now, we often get asked, and we're not being awkward when we won't give out kind of direct positions of villas and stuff like that, because people want to go and have a look before they decide to do a viewing and things. But really there's no point in doing these kind of recce's, because all you see as you're driving along these streets is the kind of walls and a gate, often opaque, or if not the parking area behind it. You can appreciate, you know, owners don't want you being able to walk down the street and look at their lovely back gardens and their pool areas, because privacy is key to most of us. So what's the point of doing a drive-by of a particular properties if there's absolutely nothing you can see from the street apart from the carport and a wall? Now, one particular bargain that's on the books at the moment is Vista Bueno. That is located in La Perla, and it's on this side of the community and on a street which is slightly elevated, so the views are fantastic and look out over the top of everything. So unless you're Rambler front in La Perla, that's often very difficult. The compromise is the place is on the flat, which is very popular to a lot of people, but if you're on the flat and facing the wrong direction, the views aren't always the best. So it's nice to find some streets within the community that do offer wonderful views. Now back up this way and we'll be at the Indian Garden again, which is right at the top. So a very easy walk from the community. And there's also, I can't film them for you because they're pedestrian footpaths going over the Rambler here and through the countryside, but they take you over to the Coviran supermarket, to the back of the Hostel Messon and the Cortico Andalus you saw at the beginning. And this you can walk, you know, totally safely because there's no vehicular traffic, so it's a lovely walk. Although as the kind of nights are drawing in now, so we're getting dark a lot earlier, you couldn't do that in the evenings without the use of a head torch. But there's still lots of people that do. So this is the Indian Garden just coming up on my left hand side. So back to where we kind of started, and I'll go back down again and show you probably the two ways I've showed you in and out of La Perla now are, I would say, the ones that are most practical. If you're going down to Albox, for example, for the big supermarkets, they're three or 4 minutes down the kind of main road from the junctions into La Perla. So if you're going to Albox for the practical things, then they're the easiest ways in and out of the community. And the last way that I'm going to show you now, which takes you right into the centre of Arboleas town, is probably the more picturesque. And before we get to that, can I make a special request, guys, because you would not believe the amount of people that I get stop me every kind of weekend or out for dinner or going out just to, you know, do a walk in the morning, who say, oh, it's great, you know, it was your videos of the community that brought us to Arboleas, you're the one who introduced. We didn't actually come and see you, or we didn't do a viewing with you, but thanks ever so much for doing the video. So I'm really pleased to be of assistance to a lot of the other local agents in promoting the area. But please, guys, if you do watch these, and it is the videos that do bring you to our location to come and take a look at property, do get in contact with us. Send us an email, calidahomes@hotmail.com, or just give me a call on WhatsApp, +34 634 302 801, because you do not know what we've got sitting there in the camera in our pocket that we can view. So please, if you are coming over and you like the videos, then do pop in and say hello and get in touch with us beforehand. A little bit bumpy this road, not so perfectly smooth tarmac unfortunately, but not too terrible. Okay, so this is the little picturesque route now that literally takes us down through the last two hamlets that kind of get generalized as La Perla, one being Apiadero and the other one being La Judea, spelt Judea. They are very, very small hamlets. I'd say 35 villas maybe max in Apiadero and maybe 22 or so in La Judea. So very few things come on the market in these two communities. and the ones that do get snapped up very, very quickly. And they're actually the closest you can be, I suppose, in terms of walking distance to Arboleas Centre. So we've just gone past the entrance to Apiadero, and this is now the start of La Judea, and blink and you miss it. But all the villas in these two communities are kind of immaculately kept, very, very well presented, and have fantastic views. And then that's the end of La Judea and the end of La Perla, and we're now coming through these wonderful kind of olive, orange and lemon groves back to Arboleas town. So I had to stop filming there because it's a very windy road, much better for walking than it is for driving. And here we are back at Arboleas town. Now this little area here is this is a little tip, because we have a popular street market every Saturday morning, and another one as well in the Los Llanos community of Arboleas, so 2 markets on a Saturday morning. But you can't actually park or go along the bottom street in the town where our office is, so this little area here is very close by parking for the market on a Saturday morning. And then to my right, the old bridge, the new one that we went out on over there. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. That's the main bulk of the La Perla community film for you, and we'll be back with the next video of other communities soon.